Well, guys, it's Thursday morning. It's actually about to be, no, it's still morning. It's 9 o'clock. We just delivered that air dryer thing that you sort of saw in the last video of it being dark. We delivered it over here at Kimberly Clark, the big warehouse facility back there. We're just pulled up on the side of the road at the moment, outside of Owensboro, Kentucky. But boy, is the load board slow. I've been seeing it a lot. Freight rates are still way down. It's been a struggle. I've been getting lucky so far with having my own direct contacts be able to get me work, and then these couple short hauls and whatnot have all been paying decent for what they are. But I think I've officially ran out of luck there. There is not much going on. There is a lot of work. Let me show you. There's a lot of work, but the big number there, the rate per mile here, yeah, they're all pretty small. These big ones here, that one's going up to Maine, which I can't do. This one's going to Vancouver, British Columbia, which I can't do. But everything is really, really low. I've made some calls and some stuff. Other ones have just been loads I can't really haul on this truck. But it's just, all the light gray ones are the ones I've checked out. And it's been a struggle. There's not a lot going on. And that's searching 200 miles out, which I don't want to go 200 miles out, because that's like a 4.5 hour drive. That would literally eat up my entire day. And the other downside is Owensboro is far enough out, but we're still right on the time zone change. And about half of these loads are appearing over in Eastern time zone, which means that if I have to drive 2.5 hours to get back over to the Eastern time zone loads, well, that's actually 3.5 hours, and next thing you know, the day's over. So it's been rough, but I'm hoping I can finally land something, regardless of how far away it is. But you get those days. This truck is obviously harder to manage in terms of keeping it rolling. I usually do pretty good at, booking ahead of time, so I'm not sitting like this. But damn it, when I sit, I sit. And I sit hard. So it kind of sucks. Because when you get put in this situation, you start to become desperate. And then you start to haul things that you shouldn't be hauling. Whether it be loads that really aren't appropriate for this truck, or just rates that are too low. And especially you might deadhead for a rate that's still too low, and that's not exactly smart to do. Shit. Just fun game. Fun game. Alright, as you can tell, we obviously moved. We're now sitting in the Kenworth dealership. That's never a good sign. But honestly, I'm hoping this time, for good reasons. I think we finally fixed our fuel issue. I'm hoping, at least. The truck's obviously running fine right now. It's actually been doing good all day. But I have been sort of keeping it on the down low. It's been still giving me issues with the whole fueling issue. But I went over to Cummins and we went back and forth on trying to figure everything out, and they ran the code and whatnot. Now they can't do much because of this engine's legality, but they were able to take a look, read the code, and found a couple interesting things. One being that the code that I get is different from the ones that Cummins computer itself will read, so Cummins Insight. And we found that the code that it gives is completely different, and it actually shows that fuel pressure is reading high. So before, when we were diagnosing this issue, we've had check engine lights for low fuel pressure. Well, after seeing that, me telling them the story, they're thinking that the fuel pressure is going all over the place, high, low, whatever it's deciding to do. And they suggested get one of these fuel pressure actuator, something, majigger, I can't remember, can't think right now. And I talked to my mechanic about it, and he said he did check it and it was showing normal, but we're guessing that it was showing normal because at that time with testing the truck was running fine. Because it's such a weird intermittent issue, it very rarely acts up. So anyways, because the code is sort of pointing to that, and based off of everything that's been going on, we're feeling that it's either this or an issue with the ECM. So I'm leaving the Kenworth dealership here in Evansville. I'm gonna head up north to where all the truck stops are. There's a whole bunch of them out there. There's a Flying J, a Pilot, a Loves. It's also the Chrome shop where I bought my exhaust pipes from, is up there. The Chrome Shack, I think it was. So we're gonna head up there. We're gonna park the truck. Justin, my mechanic, he says before you tear into it, it's really easy to get to. It's just 3 Allen bolts. He said before you tear into it, just let the truck sit for about 15 minutes to let all the fuel pressure sort of level out. That way, I guess it doesn't just explode in my face. So I'll sit there, wait, put this on, and then hopefully, I won't know right off the bat, but hopefully the truck will be a-okay. And if that's the case, that means we will have finally fixed the 2 major problems that this truck has had: alignment and fueling. Which, if that's the case, that means this truck will finally be problem-free for the first time in like 6 months. And I'm really excited for that. I have high hopes. So even though we're not working right now, because there ain't no work out there, I'm happy to finally possibly be fixing something. I swear to God, if this doesn't fix it though, I'm going to be very, very sad. So this piece right here, that's what we're replacing. It's 3 Allen bolts. Take those out, and the whole thing pops off. Get the new one. There went that. Alright, let's see if she starts. It'll probably take just a hair longer than normal because it lost a little bit of the prime. But let's see what happens. The key I took out for no reason. No check engine lights. I just turned the fan back on because the fan will always have a check engine light. Put my idle speed back to normal. So on this truck, for whatever reason, I can set my idle to whatever speed I want. Well, sort of. So this is its default sort of lowest idle speed, which is just a hair under 700. If I hit my cruise control down, I can bring it up to 800. And hitting the brake or the clutch or whatever doesn't change that. So it's different from setting the fast idle by turning on the cruise control and setting it up. Because there I could set the regular fast idle, and if I hit the clutch or the brake, it falls back down. So anyways, it appears to be running. I want to say it's maybe smoother. I don't know. That could just be me being optimistic, but seems to be fine right now, so let's cross our fingers and hope that that fixed it. Alright guys, today is both a bust and hopefully a win at the same time. It's been about a half hour since I put that fuel pressure actuator thing in there, and we do not have a load for today, but I am now booked for tomorrow. We're going to run on down to Nashville, bit of a deadhead, but we're going to go down there and pick up a generator trailer. It's been a little bit since I've hauled a trailer. It is a heavy one. It is one of them 3-axle, 20-something thousand pound generator trailers. We're going to pick that up and take it over to Memphis. Short run, but it pays really good. So that's why I'm doing it. And I'm hoping I can get out there, find myself some work for the end of the day, Friday, because we'll deliver that, I would guess, around 11 o'clock. So hopefully that'll leave me enough time to find something to do for Friday. But again, as with the trend of everything that's going on, if I don't, it's a 6-hour drive back to the house, but I could do that. I don't know. I'll probably have work that I could do back in Knoxville if I do it that way. I got some new shoes waiting at the house, so it'd be nice to be able to get those. But that's kind of where we're at. So I'm going to spend the rest of this day just driving on down. I know today's been kind of boring if you don't like listening to me talk. So sorry about that, but hopefully I'll give you some content for tomorrow. I might slap the camera on top of the generator as we go driving down the road or something like that. I don't know. It's supposed to be dry. So anyways, that's the update. As of right now, this short little drive that I'm doing with the truck so far, I'm hopeful, but I think we fixed the problem. If you can't tell, I'm extremely excited about that because we've been chasing this issue for so long. But the truck's driving nice and smooth. I can let off the throttle, get back on, and it doesn't hesitate. It idles smoothly. Before, there was always just a really faint surge in the idle, and you can also hear it with the valve train clatter. You know how a diesel engine's always, makes that clattering noise. And I would hear it. It would always like clatter and then fade out, and smooth, clatter and then fade out. Now it doesn't do that. So again, I'm hopeful. I'm excited. But the problem is with how excited I am, if it quits working or if it, still isn't fixed, it's gonna crush my soul. But whatever, that's it. I'm rambling. I will talk to you guys later. Alright, good morning. I just did my morning checks and everything. It's about 35 degrees out. We're gonna see how the truck starts and runs. Typically, it'll start right up, but then stall out. I'm gonna treat it like a regular start, not be standing on the gas or anything, which is what I used to have to do. Fingers crossed. I'm either gonna be really happy or really sad. Ladies and gents, I think we fixed it. By now it'd be running at like 300 RPM. Big win, big win. bigger trailer about an hour ago. It went smoothly. I did take the side streets or the back roads into Memphis because according to Google Maps, it was a, whatever you're doing, there was an accident or something. Jesus Christ. There was an accident or something just before Memphis on 40 that had like a 20-minute delay or something like that. So I took the side streets to get around that, and all was well. Anyways, so fun thing is, we're heading home right now, but we did book another one of those trailers. So it's the same thing, coming out of Nashville, going over there to Memphis. So we booked that. Unfortunately, I can't pick it up today. That's why I'm going home. I'll have to swing back in on Monday morning, but that's not a big deal. It's a big of a deadhead to do, Memphis to Knoxville, and then Knoxville to Nashville, but the pay was right, and I don't feel like sitting, 2 hours from the house just to get that trailer all weekend. So that's what we're gonna do. So the guys I talked to at the Memphis location, I'll see you on Monday. But anyways, that's it. Truck is doing good. So that fuel pressure actuator thing, whatever that I bought and put in, I think that officially fixed the issue. The check engine light that I had this morning that I mentioned was indeed for the coolant. So once I get home, I'll chop off the coolant a little bit, and I should have no more check engine lights, aside from my engine fan. But I've been living with that one for damn near a year now. So I'm happy. Cool. So we got about 5.5 hours to the house. Funny enough, I got 5 hours and 35 minutes left on my clock, so that leaves me 5 minutes to spare. But I don't care what that says. I'm going home. I'm not gonna park because I'm not gonna make it by like 10 minutes. There's no way. I'm not doing that. I'm going home. So that's the plan, and I will talk to you guys